Hi beauties. Today I am going to show you how to um, get this look by using two palettes that I have been waiting uh, for the past few days. These two palettes were launched a couple of weeks ago, and they were launched by Emily Noel. I don't know if any of you that are watching my video right now follow Emily, but I do. I've been following her for a few months now, and I love her content. I love her videos. Um, she's very sincere when it comes to what she likes, what she doesn't like, what she recommends, what she doesn't recommend. I feel like I can relate to her because there's a lot of times where I'm not one to use just products of one brand. Or a lot of a specific brand, I can, but that doesn't mean that I like all of their products. I know I rave a lot about it Cosmetics as a high end, or Elf as a drugstore brand. Again, I rave about them, but that doesn't mean that I like all their products. But I am going to show you how to obtain this look with this beautiful green that I've been waiting for in one of these palettes with her the two palettes that she just launched, and they are called the Emily Edit, the Needs, which is this one right here, and the Wants, which is this one right here. And of course, the Needs is one that the reason why I say I like it is because it looks like this. It's a face palette, and what I mean by a face palette is that you could see it has the eyeshadows. This is to me it looks like a base or a setting powder. I could probably use this because of the color either on my eyelids or underneath the eyes, but then of course you have the bronzer, the blush, and the highlighter. So this is a very nice palette to travel with, at least I think so, because it has pretty much everything you need in here besides your, of course, your primary stuff like your foundation and so on. But one palette and you can go. And then, of course, the other one is the Wants. This is just eyeshadows, but big mirror. Woohoo! And then look at all these beautiful shades. And as you can see, because of what I used to get this look, you see that some of them are already used. But anyways, very excited that I have gotten those palettes finally, and I am very excited to show you how to obtain these look with those two. I use the Needs for the face, and then of course the Wants for the eyeshadow look. So let's get started. I'm so excited. The Emily Edit palettes, the Needs and the Wants. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Needs, which as you can see is a face palette. It has eyeshadows, bronzer, blush, highlighter, and so on for your full face. This is probably a palette that you could use when you travel. You just take one palette and you're good to go if you like how it works for you. I'm going to see how it works for me because that is one thing that I would be using that for. Or I would also be using that for a, quick get ready and head out, because it's great that you have everything in one palette. And it's a very neutral, I think, palette in my perspective, that you can either go from a very natural look to a smoky look. So from day to night, and all you need is one palette. So I'm going to go ahead and use that for the face. I'm not going to use the eyeshadows in there because this is the one I've really been waiting for. And this one here has a lot of the greens that I have not seen in palettes before. I have seen some, but these two are colors that I really don't have in other palettes. And to me, green is a very pretty color that you can do quite a bit with. Sorry, it took me too long to open this, but let's get this open. I'm very excited because this palette, it is a big palette, and a lot of times we don't go to our big palettes constantly, but they have beautiful colors that you can use. So, and then look at the mirror. Huge mirror. I have big palettes, and this is the first big palette that we actually get a mirror with. Makeup Revolution is something that or it is a brand that I use. I don't use everything. I don't like everything from it, but eyeshadows and face palettes I do have, and some I like better than others. Like, let me show you. This is one that I like. It's the Makeup Revolution Protection Professional Makeup. And what this one is again a face palette. I mean, you know, cheek palette, concealer, bronzer, uh, blush, highlighter, setting powder, so on. So this is something that, you know, it you can travel with as well if you don't want to be taking singles of everything. So that's why this one I'm very excited about. Let's get started with this. I have everything done on my face, all the way from, you know, moisturizer, primer, foundation, powder, concealer, primer on my eyes, and of course I took care of my eyebrows so I could just focus on doing the face. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the eyeshadow. Yay! And starting with the eyeshadow, we're going to go in with this big fluffy brush right here, and this is by Vasanti. This is a brush I received in one of my beauty subscriptions. And what I'm going to do is I am going to go in, with this color right here, cream, the cream. It is pretty much a matte cream color, and just put it all over my eye. And that's pretty much feels like you're setting your primer. With the same one, I'm just going to go right here as a transition shade. I'm going to use Midwest. I'm going to go a little more on the darker end just because I want some color there. Midwest is a beautiful color, matte as well. And I feel like this palette is good for any age, just because it has a variety of colors. Now we are going to go in with this Luxie brush, and this is the Luxie 249. Of course, it has the flat tip on one side, and then this type of tip on the other side, which I am going to go in with Laugh Cry right here into my crease. And if you don't see me looking at the camera, it's because I'm trying to make sure that this is coming out right. I'm into these peachy and purple colors lately. Um, you know, fall is pretty much around the corner, even though here it still feels super hot. But I'm still into these colors. There we go. So we have that color there. And with this brush right here, this is by Tarte. I am going to go in with, I'm going to go in with Cheer right next to Laugh Cry. I love her names. The names that she put on these, and the fact that the names are on the front of the palette is a great idea for me because I can actually tell you what they are when I'm putting them on. Okay, so Cheers, what I have put right here and into my crease. And now with the same brush, just because I love this tip, we are going into this color right here. Let's see. Fi-Fi. Right there. Pi-Fi, not Fi-Fi. And I hope I'm saying it right. And that I am just going to put in the corner. And then we'll blend it in. Just the corner of my lid. That little triangle right there. Okay, and I have that. And then now what I am going to do is get this brush right here, and we're going to go in with Side Hustle without spraying the brush. I usually spray the brush, but right now, just to go with this beautiful green, we're going to go over without spraying it. And what I like about this, and I had noticed it in other why can't I remember what I was gonna say? I had noticed it in other videos that I had watched of people using or showing looks with the edit palettes is that they actually show green. So I love that about these greens, and that is why I wanted to try this palette. Whew. Now, what I'm going to do is I am going to spray my brush with a little setting spray, and I am going to go into this green right here and put it right there in the middle. I am not, and probably blend it in a little bit, but probably blend it in a little bit, but definitely something I am wanting to try and hope for the best, because that green to me, which is grateful, looks beautiful. And I'm one that use setting spray, but I don't use concealer much when I do this. Ooh, look at that. Yes, ma'am. That's the green I'm talking about. And do this eye. Amazing. That's the green I'm talking about. Definitely. And just let me go back in with Pi Phi and bring this just a little bit in. Blend them in. Marry them so they look great. Yes, 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 yes. And now, with the same flat little brush, we're going to go in with Side Hustle and Grateful, and go down here. And get some green out there. Now we're going to go into just Pi Phi and darken right here just a little bit. Before we go any further, I am going to go in with this flat brush and go into Oh Heavens. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bit of Oh Heavens and a little bit of Top Story right there, just because I want this up here, my brow bone, just to have a little bit of a shimmer. And Oh Heavens is not that shimmery, but when you combine it with that Top Story, just a little bit. We're going to go in with Courage right here to bronze. And we're going to bronze a little bit up here, give myself a little more color. We're going to go in with the blush, and that is called Joy. And I usually just do my apples and move forward. Just give myself some rosy cheeks. And finally, we are going to go in with this down here, which is Gratitude, and it's the highlighter. And look at that. Woo. And some right here. And some right here. And last but not least, my dear forehead, because you don't want it just looking bronzy, you want it to glow. And there's what I used from the Needs palette. And I'm going to use this, the Smashbox Twist Waterproof Eyeliner. And I'm going to use the mirror from the Edits palette because I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, now to put on some mascara. And we're going to use the Tarte that it has been my go-to lately. Lights, cameras, flashes. And this is just a little bit of mascara just so I can then, today we are going to add falsies. Okay, so I'm going to use the Bella Pierre in Nude number 2. And the Anastasia Beverly Hills Kristen. Okay, and now since everything's done, all I need is some false lashes, which I'm going to put on, and I will come back and show you the final look. Eyelashes are on and everything, so I hope you like this look. This is something that I've been wanting to do since I saw these palettes because I love the greens in there, and I am so glad I like the way they look on my eyes. So thank you for watching this video, and I want to thank Emily for these palettes. She did a great job picking these beautiful colors, and I'm very excited to have them as my own and just create more nice looks with them. I will see you on my next video. Bye!